Victims of the Dozier School for Boys are pushing for legislation that would pay them reparations for the abuse they suffered at the hands of the state. As Jake Stofan reports, surviving victims of the reform school came to the state capitol today in hopes of drumming up support for the effort.
The state has already formally apologized for the atrocities that occurred at the Dozier School for Boys, a reform school run by the state for a century. Now the victims are asking the state to back its words up with action.
We're not giving up.
Pastor and Dozier survivor John Gaddy has a simple request for restitution.
If I can get the boat in the truck, I can go fishing.
He isn't surprised. Legislation that would create a pathway for victims to make a claim has hit roadblocks in both chambers.
13 years later, I ain't got it yet.
Survivor Roy Connerly has also spent more than a decade fighting for compensation.
I don't have a number, but if one were offered to us, we would consider whatever the number is.
In the Senate, the bill is being held up by a single senator who represents the area where Dozier's located. He told us early on in the session he doesn't believe the abuse occurred.
I don't believe for a minute that 500 people were mistreated there.
But Senate sponsor Darrell Roussan says the bill is too important to quit fighting for.
Certainly in the greatest state of the union, we can come up with a fair method of moving beyond just words of apology to real action.
While the legislation's future is uncertain, what is certain is that as long as these victims are alive, they'll continue coming here year after year to fight for their cause. Reporting from the state capitol, Jake Stofan, Channel 4, the local station.
In 2013, excavation of the reform school uncovered the remains of 40 boys. Survivors suspect they died from abuse.